Good morning, good afternoon. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all the attendees from whichever place you have signed in. So today, in this session, we'll be discussing about geoinformatics and sensor-based technology in agriculture. So I'll be taking you through these topics like why geospatial technology or why geoinformatics in agriculture. Then what are the different types, levels, and geospatial information that have been used in agriculture. We'll also run through some of the project case studies. Then we'll discuss about who are the stakeholders who are using this technology and how are they getting benefited out of it. And finally, we'll be also discussing about what are the different services and solutions in agriculture, which were there in the past and how it has evolved in the current years. So let us first try to find out why geospatial technology in agriculture. So why are we discussing this? So we have to first find out, like, as we know that like when we started our agriculture, so it was all kind of a like hunting and gathering. We used to go to the forest or to any place where we will be hunting the animals or gather the food, bring it to one place and then eat it. So the first revolution happened from the hunting and gathering. We became a settled agriculture. So we started cultivating at one place. We started growing our food at one place. That was the first revolution. Then slowly we learned that, okay, some mechanization is required, some implements are required, some machineries are required to do the cultivation, to get rather than getting into more human and animal labor, some mechanization happened. So that was the second revolution, which is also called as the British agriculture revolution. So during this period we learned about crop rotation, we learned about the conversion from the pasture land into agriculture land. We also started growing food for the animals, for the livestock. So that was the second revolution. The third revolution, which took place in agriculture, which we are all part of it, is the green revolution. Where this was actually, this revolution took place based on some need. There was a famine, there was a need of like food to be given to the growing population. Many people were going into hunger. So that time the new high yielding varieties were introduced. So when high yielding varieties were introduced, chemical fertilizers were also introduced. So and then package of practices were developed. So we know that we have also studied, many of us, we are all from agriculture, whoever we have studied, we have seen in our books, okay, like when to do the land preparation, then when the sowing will start, what application we have to do 30 days after sowing, 45 days after sowing, 60 days after sowing, what we have to do at the maturity stage and what we have to do at the harvesting, how we have to store it in the for the post harvest saving of the crop. So everything was detailed. The package of practices were built. This is what is being followed till date. Now, the current trend is the fourth agriculture revolution, where now we are all going towards the agriculture 4.0. This is nothing but where it is also called as the digital agriculture revolution. Food and Agriculture Organization has defined this agriculture revolution or agriculture 4.0 as it is a marriage between data and technological innovation with farming. So data, technology, which is getting married with farming, that will further transform the industry and help in achieving new level of productivity, quality, efficiency, and environmental sustainability. So this is the new revolution where we are all talking about soilless agriculture, IoT, drone and satellite imageries, agbots, which is nothing but agriculture robots, controlled environment farming, vertical farming. These are some of the terms which are more and more getting used and people are adopting it This is where the agriculture 4.0 is. And slowly this is also going to get changed a little bit in the coming years. The marriage of data and technological innovation will be there with agriculture, but now it will become with sustainable agriculture, because the environmental sustainability is going to be the key factor in the future years. So why this is happening, why the revolutions are happening? Okay, when the first to second revolution happened, okay, one farmer was uh, feeding 26 people. Then in the third revolution, it was one farmer started feeding 155 people. Now it is almost double. By 2050. A farmer has to feed around 256 people. And what are there in this agriculture 4.0? You can see the right hand side column, the list given, the big data analytics, AI and machine learning, cloud computing, blockchain, IoT, weather monitoring, satellite and drone imagery, robotics, automated machinery, everything is there. So when you're listening to this, somebody means we might be getting confused that, okay, are these technology going to get used by farmers? Is farmer going to use big data analytics? Is farmer going to use cloud computing? Is he going to use blockchain or DLT? Is he going to use all this weather monitoring? Maybe, may not be. Okay, so we'll discuss about this, because whenever there is agriculture or farming, we always relate it to the farmers. Okay, but there are other stakeholders also in the agriculture. The complete value chain has got many players. You have the input suppliers, you have the government into it, you have the non-profit organizations working on it, you have the financial bodies working on it, you have the processing industries, you have the mechanization industries. So there are different players, how they can use this technology and then benefit the farmers. So we'll touch up all these things in the coming slides. So let us first try to define uh, this digital agriculture. Okay, this is like use of advanced and innovation technologies integrated into one specific system or software to allow various stakeholders so that they can enhance their crop yield and food production. So that means in order to enhance crop yield and food production, they are using some kind of advanced and innovative technologies. By using these advanced and innovative technologies, they need something. So that is a kind of a system or a software. So combination of this technologies, system, software, that is digital agriculture. And when we look at the market, so the market is also developing for digital agriculture. So in 2019, it was around 11.5 billion US dollars, whereas it is going to become $20 billion by 2025. So if any one of you, if you are a student, so after completing your degree, when you get your degree, if you are getting some skill into digital agriculture or any other agriculture, there will be an added to it. Definitely there is a scope coming up in the future. If you are a young professional trying to build your career in the agriculture space, definitely you can see there is a potential in the digital agriculture market. If you are an entrepreneur who wants to build some business around technology and agriculture, then digital agriculture is the space where you can definitely look into it. So what are the mega trends that are being used in the agriculture? These are the big data, digitalization or digitization, Internet of Things, blockchain, AI, and ML. How they are being used? So they have been, I just put it into the 9 key sectors. Like one is the crop management, where you can do the monitoring of crop, then identifying the soil and plant condition. Then it can be used in vertical farming, smart farming, control farming. You can do the farm management by collecting the data and looking at how the farm is behaving. Automated irrigation system, you can control the irrigation system based on the moisture available in the soil. Livestock management, the tracing and tracking of the livestock, the health of the animal or the livestock can be detected using digital technology. Drones can be used either for collecting the data or information or for the spraying of chemicals and fertilizers. Farm automation and robots. As a replacement to the labor problem, the robots can play a good role in that. Then supply monitoring from the farm till it reaches the consumer, how at a different stage it has been, the commodity is moving, how the quality is been checked. Then what are the different types of handling that is taking place by different players. All this can be monitored. So this is how the digital solution can be used in multiple ways in agriculture. Now we'll come to the topic which we discussed, that use of geoinformatics. We use the term as geoinformatics, we use the term as geospatial technology, or it is the combination of remote sensing, GIS and GPS. So remote sensing is nothing but where we are remotely sensing any object. Like the way now you people are listening to me. We are not in physical contact with each other, but still you are able to listen to me. You are using the ears. So you are sensing me remotely. You are seeing me through a screen, which is again, you are seeing me remotely. So this is the same thing. When satellite, which is there in the space, or the aircraft which is there in the atmosphere or whichever space, then there is a drone. They are not in the physical contact of the ground, but still they take a picture, and then using that picture, when we start interpreting it, that is remote sensing. And GIS is nothing but when we convert those into some kind of a data, or when we attach some attribute to it. If you look at the image and if you say, okay, I can see the screen which is blue in color. There is Dinesh also who is speaking. And so like you are adding some attribute, blue color, white color text, a person with black spectacles. So this is GIS. You are giving an attribute to it. And when you put the locational details to it, from where it is, what is his XY coordinate, where is he present, he's giving his lecture from which location, then it is a use of GPS. So this is how combination of this becomes geospatial technology. So this is, and I have also mentioned, you might have noticed that geospatial technology 2.0. So use of remote sensing in agriculture has also now taken almost 5 decades. So it is almost 50 to 55 years since then people are using it. So now this is also trying to change it from 1.0 to 2.0. So the first one is the remote sensing, GIS and GPS, which I just explained. That is the 1.0. And when we add this artificial intelligence and machine learning also into it, this is where the 2.0 is. So as I mentioned, that suppose satellite has taken a picture from the space, it is taking a very large picture covering almost a district into that. So one big picture is there. You start interpreting the data farm by farm or village by village. It takes a lot of time to analyze that. But now using AI and ML, you can improve the speed and accuracy. This is where the 2.0 is coming. So earlier when we used to work, take a lot of time in processing the data. Now with the inclusion of AI and ML, this is getting speed up, and the accuracy is also increasing because a lot of training data is getting put into the system, and system is generating the data out of it. So now what kind of data does this geospatial technology or geoinformatics has? So these are the levels which I have shown it in the diagram, from data, information to knowledge and the wisdom. So data is nothing but the raw data, which is less informative. As I told you, like satellite is taking a picture. The picture has come to you in front of you, which is there in some red, green, blue, black, yellow color. It is there in front of you. So it is a raw data. Okay. So, and then sometimes, let's say when you go to the field, you collect some information. You collect the ground truth data and you try to bring, okay, today I went to this district and I have seen this crop. The crop stage is this. The crop health is like this. So this is a raw data. Climate data also we are getting from IMD or from different source, which says that, okay, Hyderabad 39 degree, Nagpur 40 degrees, like that. Okay, so this is a place and some number is there. When we start adding some context to it, then it becomes information. For example, if I say that, okay, 39 degrees Celsius, if I write it that 39 degrees Celsius in the month of November, December, then people will get panic. Okay, this is an information to us, like in the winter, how can it be 39 degrees Celsius? Okay, if I'm writing 39 degrees Celsius, 40 degrees Celsius in summers, okay, yes, it can be. But then we can tell something, okay, this is going to be a very hot summer. We have already reached 40 degrees. We are touching 45 degrees, 50 degrees, like that. So I'm adding context and you're getting information out of it. Similarly, from the raw satellite data, we can prepare land use land cover map, crop data. Where is the crop? How much is the crop? What is the health of the crop? Soil data, what type of soil is there. So these are the information. Now, how do you use that information? If you put some rules, as an expert, when you have got the knowledge, till now data and information, okay, somebody who knows about this software of image processing and GIS, he can do it. Now, as an agriculture expert, now I'm coming to it. I have got the raw satellite data. From the raw satellite data, I have prepared a layer, which is a land use land cover layer. Now, how do I use it? If I create a plan out of it, now I'm using my agriculture knowledge, whatever I have studied, that how I can create a land resource development plan. I can create a soil suitability map, crop suitability map. So this is now I'm using my knowledge. And when I start using my experience and expertise also into it, start giving the advisory that how this data can be used for decision making. This is where the wisdom comes in. So your value increases as you go from the data to the wisdom. Okay, so this is how we try to take a decision from a data. So we convert the data into information, we add some rules to it, and then we take the decision. This is what the industry is doing, taking the data from the geospatial technology. Now the same thing, if we try to make it into digital, what we have seen in our previous slide when we were defining the digital agriculture, that it is a system and technologies put into a software. Now, when data and information are put together, put it into a system, it becomes information system. We have seen a lot of websites are there, like NIC data or weather information system, water resource information management system. These are the information system. They're giving you information. What is the water level in the dams? What is the volume of water in the dams? How much of the water is released? Some crop information system also there is there, which says about state-wise crop data, district-wise crop data, multiple crops, the food grain crops, horticultural crops. These are the data they will be giving. So when you look at that system, you're only getting some information. Okay, in this particular district, in this particular taluka, this crop is having so much of acreage. That's all. It's an information to me. When I develop another kind of a system, okay, if this X acreage of paddy is there in a particular district, And then if X acreage of paddy was there in, let's say, uh, last year, there is a change in it, whether it is increasing or decreasing. Let's say if it is decreasing, then I would like to see which is the other crop which has taken the place of paddy, so that it why it has decreased and which other crop has increased. Then I take a decision, okay, why it has decreased. Then I should tell my people who are there in the ground to tell to the farmers then why they have changed, what has happened, whether this is how they take the decision. And now the current trend is more towards expert system. It is nothing like, just like we have our Google search engine or Chat GPT. You are putting a question, rest everything is done by the system, and it is giving you the answer. What happens in decision support system is you are putting like the rules. If this is this, if this is this, if this is this, like this, and then you are putting a rule, then what happens? You are taking a decision. But in expert system, you just straight away asking a question, get the answer. Okay, this is how your question is put, it goes into the user interface, gets into the rule engine. From there, it gets the answer and bring it back to you. But what is happening in the backdrop is some experts, they are putting all the answers, probable questions to then answers, they're putting into it. The moment it matches the question, it goes as an answer to you. So nowadays, in using this geospatial technology, a lot of expert systems are getting built. We call it as some kind of an AI tool, where just you upload your satellite imagery, then put some ground data into it as a training data, and then automatically this training data will search the similar patterns in the satellite imagery and give you the output. Okay, this particular how many acreage is having this particular crop, what is the health of the crop. So like that, it gives you the result. So no need to go for and then image, then you process it, and then you go to the ground, collect the data, bring it to the lab, and then do some training data into the system. Again, do the classification as unsupervised or supervised classification. Then you try to remove the non-wanted layers. If you are doing a paddy mapping, you want to remove all other things from it: water bodies, hills, barren land, forest areas, you will remove. And then finally, you will get the paddy area. This used to be the thing. Now everything is done by the expert system. You have an application, you just put your paddy signature into it. It looks for the similar pattern and the signature in the image and gets you the result. Now coming to what are the different types, who are the different types of users and how they are using it when they are using it. So you can see here, like at every stage of the crop, right from your land preparation, sowing, growth stage, reproductive stage, maturity stage, harvesting, post harvest, every time some or the other information is required, whether it is weather related information, soil moisture. At the growth stage, you need crop intelligence data, you need production data. So every time you need some data. If I am uh, for example, if I am having a seed company, if I need all this information, I have to put my field team in the ground, and so that they keep on giving me the information at every stages. So there is a lot of cost and effort which is going on. But if I am getting the satellite imagery and I'm sitting in my office, and if satellite imagery can tell me all this information, that a lot of field cost can be reduced. Now, who are the different players they are using it? The list I've given it, they cover almost all the players in the value chain, whether it is government department, processing, consulting firms, the millers, the traders, boards and associations, crop insurance company, all are using it, different types of information. And sometimes I've given this example, I've highlighted one case of trader. So trader, normally what he does is he procures the commodity from either the mandi or the market, and then he does his trading, whether it is export or import. But he needs to know how much he has to procure, whether he has to procure more than the last year or less than the last year. That is one decision he has to take. Number two, from which mandi he has to procure how much. So how does he know how much is going to come in that? So these type of information is required. He also wants to know the health of the crop well before harvest of the crop, so that he can plan it in advance, that the moment crop gets harvested, then he starts his procurement planning. If he knows the health, he can take a guess that, okay, if there is a bad health, there is some damage in the crop, the yield is going to reduce, the production is going to reduce, he can plan for less procurement. If he finds that, okay, the crop is in very good condition, there is going to be a bumper crop, he can plan for more procurement. So this is how they do. Sometimes they also do the post analysis. Once everything, the season is over, procurement is over, trading is over, export, import, everything is over, they will do an analysis by taking the historical data to find out what went good and what went bad, why this happened. I planned for procuring more, but the commodity has come less. What happened? Whether there was whether farmers stored it with them or it got diverted into other mandis. What happened? So this type of analysis they can do. So the different types of services or the layers that can be prepared is crop acreage information, yield prediction, health monitoring. Then in the sustainable agriculture column, you can see cropping, system analysis, land evaluation, soil resources, impact assessment can be done, crop damage assessment, pest and disease impact assessment. These are the list that has been given. All this can be done using geospatial technology, where less ground work is required and it can be done at a faster space, at a speed, less time. We'll see the what I explained about the trader. The same example, we'll take it. What are the level of information that can be generated using satellite imagery? The number one is called as descriptive analysis. You got the satellite imagery in front of you, and let's say you have prepared a crop map, or you have prepared some flood has happened, inundation has happened, you have prepared a damage map. So 1 lakh hectare of crop is there, 20,000 hectare got damaged. So you have given a description. You did not go to the field, nothing. Got the satellite imagery, prepared the map. So you have given a description, whatever has happened. The second is you can also do a diagnostic analysis. Why did that happen? So now you have given information that there is 1 lakh hectare, 20,000 got damaged. No, why it got damaged? You can run the models, some index models, you can run it and find out whether it is a moisture stress or whether it is a flooding, whether it is pest or disease attack. So you can do a diagnostic analysis. You can also do the predictive analysis, like predicting what will be the production in the future, or what will be, whether the pest or disease attack is going to happen in the future. So predictive analysis. Prescriptive analysis is you can then give the prescription, how you can manage it. By doing the description, diagnosis, and prediction, you can prescribe it, how you can manage all those things. So now we'll come to the precision agriculture, and then slowly we'll take some case studies. So as we know that precision agriculture is a site-specific crop management, and many times we, from the angle of India or Southeast Asia, we always think that precision agriculture is very difficult because our the farm sizes are very small. So because, and in developed countries like US, Australia, And those places, they have large size, 100 acres, 500 acres, 1,000 acres of land as one plot. So they need precision farming. Which pocket is getting damaged? If they look at from the satellite imagery, okay, they will put the drone there, they analyze it, spray it there, and then come back. But in our case, we only have 1 acre of land or half acre of land. Morning, if a farmer goes into the field, within 1 hour, he can do his round, and he can come back and he can tell you what is the problem. And then next day, he can take a whatever decision he has to take. So precision agriculture is done. But where the satellite imagery and how this precision agriculture can be done in Indian perspective, now we'll see that one. So this is just a definition of precision agriculture. And one of the biggest market which is getting built up is the precision farming. Because now what is happening, the digital tools are getting developed, your advisories are getting developed, smart irrigation systems are getting developed, then quality checks of your commodities are getting developed. Everything comes in the precision farming in the digital agriculture space. If you are building all these tools using AI, ML, data analytics model, and you are doing it precisely, right? Giving the advisory to the farmer right from when to do the land preparation, what crop to be sown, when to do the application, how much of fertilizer to be applied, all this information, this is nothing but precision farming. So the market, you can see that from $5,000 million in 2020, it is going to become $10,500 million. So this is the rate at which it is taking place. So we'll take one of the case studies which we have done. This is in the Guatemala country. The information or the data that we got is, okay, they are doing it. This is a banana plantation. They wanted to know how many rows of banana is there, how many trees are there in that, the tree count, they know what is the health of it. So the two information they have given, one is they are growing in a double row, which is 1 meter apart, and then between the row to row distance is 4 meters. So we built some of the models, and then we have used this satellite imagery, which is a very high resolution satellite imagery. And then after running the model, this is what we have generated. So each line was detected. This is all automatically. So now we know the length of the line, and each line we know that these are the double crops. So immediately we can say how many rows are there. And then we have also identified where are the gaps. So these gaps, we can give it and show it to the client. He can do the planning, okay, why, what has happened in this, whether there was a damage or there is no growth, kind of a thing. Then also some analysis was done to find out how the crop is behaving. So this is an NDVI, which is normalized differential vegetation index based analysis. So here we found that the right side of the block looks more greener than the left side of the block. So definitely there is some problem. Either the management problem is there, might be the irrigation is not given properly, or the fertilizer is not given properly, or the growth has not happened properly, or the variety might be the different totally. So what we did another analysis of water to find out whether there is any moisture stress or water stress or kind of a thing. So overall, it looks quite similar. Like there is no moisture stress or there is no water stress in this plot, all the 4 blocks. So we can confirm that there is no moisture stress, but there can be some other things into that. Might be the crop has not grown properly, or there is some the variety is something which is not growing properly, or some problem is there. So then they can take their decision into it. So this is how the decision can be taken into it. So for that Guatemala region, we have not gone there. We got the satellite imagery sitting here in India. We have given all the information to them. Now they are taking the decision and managing it. Similarly, for crop insurance, this is one of the major thing in the crop insurance sector, where you have lakhs and lakhs of farmers who have taken the insurance scheme. And if any event happens, suddenly the banks or the insurance companies will get flooded with the inquiries. Every farmer will be giving them the data that, okay, my farm has got flooded, my crop is getting damaged. How do I get it? When you are going to give me the benefit and all. So for that, uh, the questions they really look for is, what is the extent of damage? What is the intensity of damage? How much of the crop grown has got damaged? What was the stage of the crop during the event to calculate the loss? Pre-event and post-event comparison. So now of the top two, you can see the extent and intensity. Now, suppose if I am a farmer, I am having, let's say, 2 acres of land. And if I say my 2 acres of land has got damaged, so simply they will calculate, okay, 2 acres, he has grown paddy. What is the premium amount and what is the compensation amount? Multiply it by 2 acres and give it to him. No, now what is happening is, of the 2 acres, what is the extent of damage? Whether it is 1 acre has got damaged, 1.5 acres has got damaged, 0.5 acres is still good. So 1.5 acre only will be considered for the calculation. Again, in 1.5 acre, what is the intensity of damage? Whether it is 100% loss, 60% loss, 50% loss. If it is 60% loss, then 1.5 acres multiplied by 60%, then whatever the value comes. So this is all done using the mobile application. All the plots will be geo-fenced and geotagged. The information will be there. Then you can put it into the dashboard. And in the dashboard, you get all this data. Then bring that data, whatever the farmer polygon, into a satellite imagery. Do your mapping into it. Classify which crop is there. And then study each and every plot, and here you can monitor. So below you can see from every 5 days monitoring is there. So you can find out where what has happened. Now here we can see that 17th of October, there is some dip into it. So definitely something has happened here, and then you can confirm it and then do the analysis. So on the left-hand side, you can see the different types of indices are there: NDVI, SAVI, GCI, RECI. These are nothing but different analysis, which normalized differential vegetation index, soil adjusted vegetation index, green chlorophyll index, red edge chlorophyll index, enhanced vegetation index, structural intensive pigmentation index. So these play a different role. Some help you to find out the crop health, some help you to find out the chlorophyll content. Some help you to find out the crop canopy density, crop growth, the height, whether there is any, if pest attacks, if there is any disturbance in the leaf structure, all this can be found out. Then you can compare between two different dates and produce a report out of it, that how much of the loss is there, and then you can generate. So here you can see the report generated 20%, 20%, 40%. This is how the calculation can be done. So using this, the insurance companies are now taking decision at a faster pace. Because if they get suddenly some 10,000 farmers, if they are coming to them and say to go to their field and verify what has happened, it is going to take a lot of time. And by the time they do go, either the crop is not there or the farmer is not there. So this is how the technology can help them in taking a faster decision. So one of the case study from using the drone, this is a vegetable garden, vegetables in West Bengal. So where the analysis was performed. Now within the plot, you can see how it is the behaving. The darker color or the green color is the good one, and it goes towards the bad, which is the bad one. And again, another plot. So now here you can see that all these pink patches, they are all damaged plot. And you can now do your precision farming here. Only this, whatever application is required, whether the fertilizer application or any chemical to be applied here, it can be done here. This is how precisely you can do it. So now the digital technology is also being used in the carbon sector. Agriculture carbon is also getting very much been used as a part of sustainable agriculture, where um, who is doing the sustainable agriculture practices and who is following the conventional agriculture practices. This can be checked using satellite imagery. Drones, we have already discussed whether it can be used for data collection, data analysis, and people are also using it for fertilizer spray and chemical spray. The controlled farming system, where you have a like net house, poly house, or kind of a thing. So when you are growing a non-seasonal crop, so to control environment, this can be done. So nowadays in the market, we get like winter fruits we are getting in the summer season, summer fruits we are getting in the winter season. So this is all because of this controlled farming. Another case study is there where completely it is a GIS based. One of the client who was trying to buy a land, he wanted to understand whether the land is good or not and where he can put a storage tank. So simply using a satellite imagery, the boundary was demarcated, 10 acres of land. Then using the GPS location, or you can say the elevation points, the digital elevation model was created. Then contours were generated out of it. Then we came to know that, okay, it is from north to south, the slope is there. So you can put one storage tank on the top, from where you can do the irrigation supply through the gravitational method. And if any excess water is there, that can also be stored in another tank, which can be put into the southern part. One more case study we'll take it up, which is of Uganda. So in Africa, as we have seen that whenever there is any industry comes, what they do is they go in a very haphazard way. They cut the trees, they burn the trees, they destroy everything and start doing their work. So this is how they were doing it. But when we met them, we said that, okay, don't do it in this way. We create a plan out of it and then work on it. So we took some satellite imagery. This is a pre-monsoon, then post-monsoon, and then digital elevation model, created the land use land cover map, first to identify where what is there. Then the slope map, physiography map, suitability zone map. Now we have, since this was for a company which is trying to build a sugar factory, and then we did this suitability analysis for the sugarcane. So all the dark green and light green are the areas which are suitable. The very light green and the red color are not suitable. So we told them not to grow there. You won't get any production out of it. We created the plot by plot farms, that how big your each plot will be, all based on the contours. So now, since they have taken the land on the lease, they also had a question that, okay, all these red patches, they still have to pay the lease amount. So when they are not using it, why should they pay it? So we said, okay, we'll create a plan for that also. These are the water harvesting structures which can be built there, so that they can get the water for their crops. Then this is the complete plan that was prepared, where the sugarcane will be grown and where the non-sugarcane crop and other things can be grown. So what other things like clove, nutmeg, and the plantations, avenue trees can be planted. These were suggested to them. So this is how we did the soil and all. That's me. I'm there in the soil pit doing the soil study there. Now coming to the final one, which I was mentioning about how we can use the precision agriculture in the Indian condition. So I would like all of you, whoever is listening to it. Now what you do is just keep an attention on two things. One is on the top, there is a date given, and then there is a image. Here, the red color is nothing but your crops, which are there in the, whatever appears green on the ground is now appearing red in the satellite image. And then all this gray color, dark gray color are nothing but your moisture content in the land. So lighter color, white color, that means very less moisture or no moisture. The dark gray color or greenish tone color, they have more moisture. So like that it is there. Now here you can see 6th June, the image is like this. 11th June, little more moisture has come up. 21st June, more moisture, and you can see the now red is also increasing. That means the sowing has started. Now you see here more moisture, more land preparation, more water there in the field, and more redness. That means again the sowing has increased. 6th July, 16th July, more red color. That means how the sowing is progressing. 10th August, entire area is covered up. 15th August. Okay, 24th August. The entire land is completely filled up. The same thing now, if I do some moisture analysis, I will put an index to it, a satellite derived index, and put it, then this is how the index will look like. In the June, it is like this: July, 21st June, 1st July, 6th July, 16th July, 10th August, 15th August. So each, you can see here plot by plot, it is visible. Now, how do I take a decision onto it? So when you want to take a decision onto it, what we have to do is, you put a layer, let's say village layer or farm boundary layer. And again do the same thing, multiple dates of layers, satellite imagery. Put and start doing some water stress monitoring. Now here you see, these are the plots. These are the farmer plots. Each and every plot can be, now we know which plot, what is happening. Now here you see 26th May, the blue color, that means the water, there is no water stress, but yellow color is there. So we can go and tell to those farmers that please start doing something land preparation. Okay, 5th July, everyone has done it. Still some yellow patches are there. Those farmers, those plots can be considered for the decision making. So this is how it can be done and monitored. Similarly for the health, how the crop is behaving. So when it is completely green, very good in condition, all those orange patches and yellow patches can be informed that there is some problem in your crop. Do some management practices and improve it. So this is how the decision can be taken. You can do the same exercise on a district basis. This is one of the study where you see crop condition, then even the crop growth stage, which are the early sown and the late sown. Then the chlorophyll content, how the people are applying the fertilizer. You can see it using satellite imagery, that low and very low, how many people are there. So this is how we can do a lot of things using satellite imagery. Now I just come to an end of my presentation. Everything has to be through knowledge transfer, through training and capacity building or capability development. And yeah, so this is what I mentioned, that who and all are using it. All the stakeholders in our agriculture value chain are using this technology for their effective decision making. And these are some of the slides which will tell you what they are looking for, questions and answers that can be answered by remote sensing and GIS technique. Okay, the final slide, which tells the current trend, how what kind of tools are being built up, like for food supply. So you can build a SaaS-based platform for an input and market linkages. Farmer can directly link with the market. Blockchain can be used for food wastage. AI can be used for food quality. AI can be used for pest and disease detection. Satellite imagery can be used for crop health assessment, crop damage assessment, efficient harvesting management, soil fertility status, crop insurance support, crop damage control, farm operations. All this where satellite imagery and AI and ML can be used. So the market is huge. Once again, I'll just repeat that part, like if you are a student, you are coming out of your college, if you want to add a skill to it, this can be one of a very good area where you can build the skill. If you are a young professional getting into your career, if you want to build your career into digital technical space, you can choose this area. Or if you are an entrepreneur, want to build a kind of a business around digital agriculture space, then geospatial information technology can be one of your area. So some of the companies who have built their business around this and generated a lot of fundings, like Ninja Card, $162 million, Vehicle, $64 million, Jumbotail, $25 million. Recently, in February 24, one climate tech startup, Vara, has also raised $8.7 million. This is all from my side. And I have also written 2 books. One is the Sensing Agriculture from Space, which completely tells about whatever I have explained you, how each and every player in the agriculture value chain are using this technology. Another is, once you get the skill, how you can project yourself in the industry as a consultant, as an expert. So that is the second book, which is the 9 Rules to Geospatial Consulting. So I end up my talk here. My email is given there. If you have any question or anything, you can let me know.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Dinesh, for the very detailed presentation. So I'll now take up some questions quickly. Yeah, okay. So what is precision agriculture and how does it differ from traditional farming methods?
Okay. So yeah, traditional farming method, as I explained that, okay, we are just following the traditional crop package of practices. So, when like simply preparing the land, then sowing the seed, putting some fertilizer into it. It is a traditional way. Okay, then you are applying some fertilizer to it. When the crop attains some age, like 30 days or 45 days, you again apply some fertilizer or pesticide into it. Then after 45 days, 60 days, again you apply some pesticide and insecticide into it. So you are doing all these things as per the package of practices. But precision farming, what happens is you optimize everything. You do the things as per the requirement of the crop, not as per whatever it is written in the book. Like if 5 kilos of fertilizer is required for 1 acre, you apply 5 kilos. No. So what is you in precision agriculture? You do a soil studies. You get a soil health card. Your soil health card will tell you which parameter, whether nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, calcium, magnesium, which one is in toxic condition, which is in deficient condition. So whichever are deficient, you apply only those. No need to apply the other things. Anyhow, crop is not going to take it. It is going to be damaged. It is going to be wasted. It will lie in the soil. And this is how the soil is getting damaged. Similarly, whenever there is a pest attack, then only you apply pesticide. Why are you applying? Simply because it is mentioned that, okay, after 30 days I have to apply, so I have applied it. This is the difference. In precision farming, it is the optimization of your resources, where you can save the cost and save the time, and thereby you can improve the quality of your commodity with the product. The output will be better. The nutrition content in the quality also will be better. The soil will improve. Your labor charges will be less, and it will be a long-term benefit for you. So this is the difference between precision farming and conventional farming.
Okay. So since we are running short of time, I'll try to read maximum questions. There are 10 questions, but I'll try to take them. How is geoinformatics used in precision agriculture to enhance crop management?
Okay, so this I already explained in all those my slides. Precision farming means you can take a satellite imagery and you can study each and every plot and use in satellite imagery. What happens is there are these are called, there are called as resolutions. Resolutions means just like in mobile phone we have got this cameras. We say that it's a 8 megapixel, 12 megapixel. That means the picture element, what is the quality of information it is giving. Similarly in satellite also we have got spatial resolution. If it's a 10-meter resolution means the 10-meter by 10-meter of information you will get it. 1-meter resolution means each 1-meter by 1-meter information you will get it. So when you are getting so detailed information, you can do your management accordingly. And you need not have to go to the field or anything. You prepare all the data information, whether it is related to your crop health, soil health, your plant condition, its growth, its canopy, its density, everything can be monitored using a system. And then you take your decision and apply it in the field.
Okay. And what types of sensors are commonly used in precision agriculture, and what do they measure?
Okay. So sensors, when we talk about sensors, uh, see there are different sensors. One we call it are multispectral sensors, which are nothing but it has got a red, green, blue, and near infrared bands. Then there is a hyperspectral sensor which has got red, blue, green, near infrared, then red edge band, shortwave infrared, thermal infrared bands. So these are another type of sensor. Then there is a different type of sensor which is called as SAR or microwave data. SAR is a synthetic aperture radar, which if there is a cloud, if there is a cloud cover, the satellite cannot take a picture. So then the microwave data, microwave sensors are being used to take the data. You have got another sensor, we can say IoT devices. They are also a kind of a sensor which is sensing the information from the ground and giving you the information, like your moisture sensor, temperature sensor, your humidity sensors, rainfall sensors. All these are there. They can be put in the ground, or they can be put in the drones on the fly. Also, they can take the data.
Okay. And how can satellite imagery be utilized in monitoring crop health and growth?
So this I explained you in that, like crop health and growth. You take the satellite imagery, you run different models like NDVI, SAVI, EVI. These are the different models which tells you about the crop condition, crop growth. When it's a young plant and a older plant, small height plant and a big height plant, it can be differentiated within those indices. See how indices play a role is, if I have to give you a simple example, let's say in a school we have got some kids are sitting in a room. So first what we try to differentiate looking at from our naked eye is, okay, there are 50% or let's take it in number, 20 girls are there and 30 boys are there. Okay, so this is a general differentiation. Now then 30 boys. Among the 30 boys, if you want to further classify it, how many are having curly hairs, how many are having plain hairs, how many are wearing white shirt, how many are wearing colored shirts. So this is how what the vegetation index does it. First you classify like paddy with, let's say, corn, you have differentiated paddy with cotton or paddy with vegetables. Now you have got a paddy. Within the paddy, if you want, which one is healthy, which one is unhealthy, which one is a late sown, which is early sown, which one is a tall height, which is a short height. So these index can be applied into it. The models are built. You have to just run the model. You get the result out of it.
Uh, yeah. Okay. What role does GPS technology play in precision agriculture?
See, GPS is nothing but it is a global positioning system. Today, if in my slides, I have shown you that, okay, there are some early zone, late zone, or if I say there is a crop damage, but GPS will tell me where exactly is the damage. So what happens to that is it gives me a XY coordinate. So if I am a decision maker, if I am a planner, I will tell my staff exactly to go to that place and do your investigation there. So this is saving my time. If I just tell them that, okay, there is some damage in XYZ Taluka. So the Taluka is such a big area. He has to keep on running, talk to 100 farmers and find out. Still, if I tell, okay, if it is there in a village, again in village, you have 50, 100 farmers are there, their field, where he will find that damaged plot. But if I exactly give the XY coordinate, so then he goes there and does the investigation. So GPS helps us in reaching to the right spot. The way we are using our maps in the mobile phone, when we are taking any kind of a cab or anything, and directly it is uh, uh, means taking us to the destination. This is how GPS plays the role.
Okay. Yeah. How can soil moisture sensors improve irrigation practices in farming?
So soil moisture systems are being used in a smart irrigation system. So what happens is you put a soil moisture sensor in the field, and then there is a irrigation system in your house or somewhere, and then there is a mobile device. From the soil moisture sensor, you get an information into your mobile phone whether the soil is in whether soil requires water or not, what is the moisture content there. So you fix up that all the readings. The moment it reaches below that reading, it gives you a intimation to your mobile phone, and you can switch on the irrigation system and you run the irrigation. The moment it reaches a level where it says that now it doesn't require any more water, again it gives you an announcement, then you switch off your irrigation system. So this is how the soil moisture sensor is being used in smart irrigation system.
Okay. And what are the benefits of using drones for data collection in precision agriculture?
Yes. See, I was also telling you about satellite imagery, aerial photographs, and these microwave data. What happens is satellite imagery is there in the space. If like during the Kharif season, we get a lot of clouds. So satellite cannot penetrate through that. So you may not get good satellite imagery. So during that time, drone plays a role because it flies at a very low height. So you can take a satellite image. This is one advantage. Number two, from a satellite, you may get a medium to low resolution satellite imagery like 10-meter data, 5-meter, 1-meter data, 20-meter data, 30-meter data like that. But when we are using a drone, you get a sub-meter accurate data. Even a tree or a plant, with the plant, you can even see the leaves also. That much of details you can get it. So the advantage of flying at a low level is you get a very detailed information. So that is the second advantage. Third advantage is the reaching out to the inaccessible areas. If you cannot reach, you be here, you fly your drone, the drone will reach there and get the information for you. Fifth is another advantage is, yes, you can use a drone for applying the pesticide or the fertilizers like that.
Yeah. And how can farmers use data from geo-informatics and sensors to make informed decisions?
See, farmers have to use it, what I was telling about the expert system. Since farmers do not have the knowledge of processing the data, what is the satellite data and all those things, they can only use it at this stage. Maybe in the future they may get all the things may get even more simplified. Now they can have the tools in hand. If they want to put a question, they can put the question and get the answer. Like there are nowadays some tools have been built where using your phone, if there is any damage in your leaf, you just take a picture, upload it, wait for some time, it will read and give you the result. Okay, what has happened to you, whether it is a nutrition deficiency or it's a pest attack or a disease attack, something has happened, and then prescription immediately it will come, and then he can apply that. This is how he can use it. Number two, as I mentioned about the smart irrigation system, they can use it in that way, farmers. Third is the farmer can use for crop insurance purpose. Normally, when the crop insurance is happening by the insurance staff, it is his I estimate or the guesstimate. But in order to validate with any scientific evidence, the crop insurance tool can be verified. He can go and tell them that, okay, let's see what the satellite tells about my field, how much the damage it was there. So this is how farmers can use it. Number four, as I told about, okay, using geospatial technology, they can know how the commodities are behaving in a larger area. Like if I am a farmer from one location and I know, okay, nearby area similar crops are grown, but what people are growing after my village or after my taluka. So what is the trend over there? So how they are getting, how is the condition of their crop and how is the condition of our crop? These things they can check it.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Dinesh, before we end, one last question. Please let us know a little about your career background and what made you to take an interest in this particular subject.
So, you know that my name is Dinesh Kar and I am basically a BSc Agriculture. Then I've done my Masters in Agriculture, specialization in soil science. And I have also done my MBA in marketing. My career, I have got 26 years of experience. And of that 26 years, almost 23 years I have done this remote sensing GIS in agriculture application. And my career started from research organization from the government department, Central Research Institute of Dryland Agriculture. I worked there. Then I went to Department of Space, which is National Remote Sensing Agency. I worked there. Then I started my private career journey. And from 2010 onwards, 10 to 2014-15 onwards, I have also traveled internationally for some consulting assignments. Most of my international assignments were there in Africa. So 7 countries in Africa, I have done the consulting assignments. 2 countries in Middle East, Saudi Arabia and Oman, I have done the work over there. Then Southeast Asia, China, Vietnam, Philippines, I worked there as a consultant. And I have most of my clients are from input industry like seed, fertilizer companies, insurance companies, and government department like World Bank, Food and Agriculture Organization. Currently, I am working in the sector which is the carbon sector, like how the digital technology can be used in carbon, agriculture carbon. So this is my latest thing which I am currently doing it.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Dinesh. So now we have come to end of question round. On behalf of agricultureinformation.com, we like to thank you for a very detailed presentation and answering all the questions in depth. And we also like to thank the questions from my editorial team. So we'll be ending this meeting now. Have a good evening.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you,
You're
everyone.
most welcome. Thank you.